We're going to be learning now Halakha Psuka for Monday from Parashat Metzora Hok Leisrael. כל הזבחים צריך העובד שתהיה מחשבתו לשם הזבח ולשם בעליו. So regarding all the sacrifices, the intention of the person who's doing the service in Bet HaMikdash with that sacrifice has to be with the person in mind for the sake of the sacrifice and the person in mind that brought the sacrifice, in order for the owner of the sacrifice. ולשם בעליו בשעת זביחה ובשעת קבלת הדם ובשעת הולכת הדם ובשעת זריקתו על המזבח. And having that in mind for the type of sacrifice that it is and for the owner of that sacrifice, these ideas in mind should be in the 4 steps of the service with the sacrifice. And the 4 steps is the time of the slaughtering, and then at the time of receiving the blood into the receptacle, and then at the time of bringing the blood all the way to the mizbeach, to the altar, and also at the time that the blood is splashed, is sprinkled on the mizbeach, on the altar. Shne'ema, just like it says in the pasuk, ובשר הזבח תודת של עמיו, שתהיה זביחה עם שאר 4 עבודות לשם של עמיו, וכן של הר הקורבנות. Just like it indicates in the pasuk, that it has to be, the slaughtering has to be of the sacrifice, has to be for the purpose of that korban, with that in mind. Now, and not just for the korban shelamim that is mentioned there, but also for all the rest of the korbanot. ואם שחט ועבד שאר עבודות סתם, ולא חשב כלל בעולה ובשלמים, הרי הן כשרים ועלו לבעלים. If a person did the sacrifice, if the Kohen who did the sacrifice did not have these intentions in mind for the sake of that specific sacrifice and for the sake of that person, so if you don't have any specific intention in mind, still the korban is valid in the case of shelamim or olah, in the case of korban shlamim or the korban olah. וצריך שתהיה מחשבתו בשעת שחיטת העולה לשם 6 דברים. And when he slaughters the korban olah, which is a korban, a sacrifice that all of it is burnt on the mizbeach, he has to have in mind 6 aspects. Leshem hazevach. Number 1 has to be for the sake of that specific kind of sacrifice. Ulshem hazoveach. And for the sake of its owner. ושהזבח להשם ברוך הוא. Then he has to have in mind that the sacrifice is for the sake of God. ושהקטירו לאישים. And he has to have in mind that it will be burnt in the fire on the mizbeach. ושהקטרתו לריח בלבד. And that is a sacrifice, and it's burning on the mizbeach, is for the purpose לריח, in other words, for fragrance. And the 6th thing, ושריח זה נחת רוח לפני השם. And that this fragrance that happens when the sacrifice is burned, that it is pleasing before Hashem. ואם שחט סתם, קשה כמו שביארנו. And if you didn't have all these intentions in mind, still the sacrifice is valid. והשוחט חטאת ואשם, צריך שתהיה מחשבתו לשם אותו החטא שבעליו. When a person slaughters a sin offering, or an asham, which is a type of guilt offering also, his intention should be also for the sake of that sin for which the sacrifice comes to atone. So this was the Halakha Psuka for Monday, Parashat Metzora from Hok Leisrael. Baruch Adonai le'olam, Amen ve'amen.